Monday, March 26th. We're gonna start our warm up with a 400-meter run. If you're like me, you have no idea what that means in your neighborhood. So if you're capable of running, we're gonna do about a minute's worth of running out, mark a distance, and come back. Maybe that's not gonna work for you. Maybe you just need to run, I have a cul-de-sac right here, maybe I just run the cul-de-sac for a minute and then turn directions another minute before I come back. So we're looking for about 2 minutes of running. When you've done that, you're gonna come back inside. You're going to grab something to hold on to. I've got a friendly rower. We're gonna do one set of fence drills. Back and forth, 10, across the body, 10, donkey kickbacks, 10. Rinse and repeat, other side. Once you've completed the 2 minutes of run, or about a 400 meter, and your fence drills, you need some equipment. Now, some of you are gonna have this monster band that you have at your own home. Great, grab it. If not, don't even sweat it. The other thing that we're gonna need for our warm up is a weight. Whether that is a kettlebell, dumbbell, an odd object. We're gonna just keep that in mind. We're gonna get to it in just a little bit. So, starting off, the rest of your warm up, you have 3 rounds of 8 lunge to insteps. Now, I like to talk about finding a flow that works for you. So, when you get that lunge to instep, drop that hip, switch it out. And as you start getting looser, start finding different ways to change this up and make it creative and make it flow for you. And it never has to be the same. And it never has to be different. Whatever you want, you're gonna give me 8. Now, remembering we're doing this 3 times through, so switch it up. After that, we have 8 side lunges. Something else that can be pretty interpretive. We can start wide, and we can simply shift left and right. We could also start with our feet together and get a little bit more movement, coming back to center every time. Switch it up, get loose. We're looking for stretching, moving. Then we're gonna do 8 squats. So, you know the drill, but reminder, feet, squat distance, just about shoulder width for most of us. Toes slightly out, big toe grounded, butt down, chest up. Take your time with this. 8 squats. Then, something we haven't done in a while, the end goal here is to get the arms away from the midline. So when we do 8 wall squats, don't stress if you're not all the way up against the wall. So, I'm gonna go to my wall. I'm gonna put my hands up over me, my feet in my squat stance. And I'm going to casually get to the bottom before I come back up. If I get too close, then my knees can't drive forward because the wall blocks me. So don't sweat that. We don't need that. I just need you to get those arms overhead. For some of us, you're gonna be out here. I challenge you to stand back away from the wall and be here. From there, you need your equipment. So we are gonna do 20 front-loaded monster walks. So if you have the band, go ahead and put it around your knees. If you don't have the band, don't put it around your knees. Grab your equipment, and from here, just like a monster band walk, we are going to slightly bend our knees. We are going to brace by bringing air into our lower belly. And we're going to take 20 steps right, 20 steps left, taking our time 20 steps forward, and you guessed it, 20 steps back. When we're done with that, if you have your monster band, keep it. If you don't, keep doing what you're doing. We are going to do 15 glute bridges. So the way that we're gonna do this is 15 together, clinch at the top, pushing through our hamstrings, 15 single, 15 single. That's gonna conclude 1 round of your warm-up. Moving into our workout today, we have a 16-minute AMRAP. It begins every round with a 400-meter run. That's again about a minute out and a minute back, 2 minutes of running around. Or if that is not something that you are capable of doing due to location or whatever reasons, it's 2 minutes of burpees. Now that's not a punishment, but just a way to get your heart rate up. Once you finish that, you are coming to your equipment. Now, for my home gym people, And for my dumbbell people, this is for you. We are going to do 8 devil presses. Now, I have only mismatched weights. I have 0 pairs. So for me, I would be doing my devil's presses a little differently. I'm gonna choose my 20-pound dumbbell. Every devil's press, whether you have a single or double, will begin the same. I'm going to go down, hands on the bell, other hand on the floor, and I'm gonna give it a burpee. So once my chest is flat to the ground, that's my cue to come back up. As I come up, I'm gonna go into a wider stance. Since I'm single belled, I'm gonna swing between the legs, pull straight up overhead. That is 1 rep. And 2. Now once I've completed 4, since there's 8 total, it is now time for the single dumbbell users to switch hands and complete the last 4 reps on the opposing side. Whether you're using 1 dumbbell or 2, here's what it looks like from the side on the swing up. It's a combination of a kettlebell swing and a snatch with a dumbbell. So once I come up off the ground, I'm going to swing between thighs, pull up and overhead. Now that's not you. You don't have that, you have a kettlebell. Well, accept the new challenge. Your kettlebell will now be 2 hands on the ground to a burpee, into a single armed. Make sure you're squared up with your bell. Kettlebell snatch. Now these are hard by nature. The kettlebell snatch requires us to use our hips to bring the bell up, flip, and press, being mindful not to allow it to slam into us. So let's see a nice side view of what this would look like from the ground. I have to have some control of the bell. It's going to cause me to release grip and tighten grip. One more time. Up, flip, press. Just like the single dumbbell user, you'll do 4 on the right and 4 on the left. Now you've got none of that. No worries. I've got my baking soda again. So what you're going to do at home, people, with odd objects is 8 burpees plus an odd object ground to overhead. Here's your example. I've chosen to go behind my equipment and side of the equipment to see which one I liked more. Neither one was better, but what I did like is that I could grab my equipment and I did treat it with some hips, bringing it from the ground and giving it some momentum upward, just like the devil presses. Once you have completed your 8 devil presses, we have 12 box jumps for my home gym guys to complete the round. Just to be crystal clear, watch your surroundings. 2 feet jump, 2 feet land, stand. I promote a save the Achilles step down. That's my method. Now you don't have a box or you're not comfortable with that, you get to have fun with 12 tuck jumps. Looks like this. Jump, tuck your knees up. Those will be fun very quickly. The last piece today is less about any movement, but just about some self-care. I encourage you to hang back and participate. What we're going to do is, at minimum, 3 45-second stretches. So I'm going to give you some ideas. Now, I'm a little bit more gymnasticsy by nature, so hang with me. We've already done all the movement. We're super warm. We're going to do some static holds. Here are my suggestions. A simple pike stretch, both legs out in front, reaching. Now, the longer you're in a stretch, the more you breathe, the more forgiving your muscles are, and you might find yourself reaching further and further. During this time, don't hesitate to change the stretch. Another suggestion would be a butterfly hip stretch, bringing our feet together knees out, coming forward, reaching, pushing the knees down, breathing, embracing. Another fun idea is a fan favorite, straddle stretch. So this straddle stretch can be done so many ways. I'm talking stretching out like a pancake in front, twisting our body towards our legs and reaching our hands outside of our feet, or scooping one arm in front, other arm over, trying to keep both your cheeks down, bringing your ear towards your knee. Another idea, with your hands flat and your pinkies as close as you can comfortably get them, scoot your butt forward. You should start to feel a nice shoulder stretch. Can you endure more? Keep it going. Sometimes I just move my hands out of laziness. Now this feels good to me, but I'm going to challenge it by straightening out my legs. That just intensifies it. That's if you can endure it. Easy on that up. One more stretch for you guys. This one I do with some dynamic movement. You're going to have your fingertips facing you as your palms are flat. You're going to sink down, breathe, tilt a little right, tilt a little left, and then I start to get into literally the swing of it. I encourage you to do any of those stretches. If you feel like you've got something that you really need to work on, give me 45 seconds at minimum. Take this time for you before your day starts or before your day ends. Thank you.